Hi, Scott Bruder here. So, I have myself a really well-used yellow Game Boy from 1998. I would have loved to have kind of kept it and made use of it. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to see how good of a donor Game Boy this will make. So, granted, the case is all chewed up and dinged up and scratched up. But, it's probably got good components inside. Like, granted, it turns on. And the buttons, they feel okay, but whether or not they're responsive or not is another story. Now, what I always like to do when I look at a Game Boy is I always want to try and find out what version the main board is, because depending on what version it is, it has some difficulties using an aftermarket display or running some of the flash cards that you may see. Examples are like the cheap Game Boy GB Pro Plus or the GB Pro or the Easy Flash Junior. Sound may not play right, clocks may not work great. So it's always good to get a later model Game Boy. So what you can do, take off the battery cover. This one doesn't have one, so that makes it a lot easier. But if you look where the negative terminal is, down inside, you will see a number listed there. And if you can see there, this one says 05. So this is a version 5 motherboard. Now, I can put some links in the description below. You guys are more than welcome to comment. But the big discussion is there are 7 versions of motherboard for the Game Boy Color. 1 through 3 can prove to be problematic. Some 4s are problematic, but if it's the later 4s, 5, 6s, or 7s, they normally have all the bugs worked out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tear this down, see what's happening with the board inside, and see about getting it ready for an upgrade. Now, the question is, what do I plan on doing with it? So, step 1, order from the internet. Go internet. I ordered a replacement shell. This is a great looking shell with only one little problem. The manufacturer messed up and the top piece, front plate, is a little warped. So I'm going to have to find a way to fix that. But that's okay. I know how to do it. Nothing a heat gun won't do easy work with. I also got myself some new screws and a great set of green buttons. Those are going to look good in there. You can order almost any color button you want. And then, of course, I've got some new pads with brand new contacts that should make for good pressing, and a Game Boy sticker that'll go on the back to make it look great. Now, if you noticed, and you may or may not be aware, is that this casing isn't quite like any other casing. There's a little bit extra going on here. Also, a little bit extra there. We'll get to that in the future, so definitely fast forward or come back a little bit later when you want to watch it. So I'm going to get to the secret of what's in the front, and it came in the second package. And this is what we have. We have this lovely little ribbon cable and this screen. Now this screen is a laminated IPS, that's in-plane switching screen. It's slightly bigger than the normal Game Boy screen. I think they say it's about 25% bigger. And it also has a built-in backlight behind the Game Boy logo that's, color changeable and programmable. They sell this unit from, I think it's Funny Playing. So Google that, look it up. I can also put a look where I got this from, but that's what's going to go in the case. That's why the body looked a little different. Now, to kind of get us away from using AA's or the little, let's look together, little 3-volt adapter, on focus, I am going to install this. It came from Etsy, I believe. It was an Etsy store or a Tindy store. If you're interested in Etsy or Tindy stores, maybe I'll put some comments below. You're all welcome to comment where you get things from. But what this board does is it allows me to replace some of the circuitry on the Game Boy Color board with a lithium-ion battery. And instead of just charging it, using the little connector on the bottom or having to take it out and recharge it, it gives me the option for a USB-C connection. And that USB-C connection is, the same thing that you charge a modern phone with. So almost any USB cable will do with it. There is a charge controller in here. So as long as you've got enough voltage to charge your cell phone and that USB-C connection, you're charging your Game Boy. And the thing has a couple extra features like a multicolor light. This one here, and I'll let you take a look there. It's from Giltesta.com. It's the USB-C charging kit. This one's version 1.6 from 2021. Now, maybe since October 2021, they have updated the design. Go to their site, check it out. Comment, like, and share on that. And if any of you have installed one of these in the past, let me know, and of course comment. I'm sure a lot of people would like to know your success. So there's also a little diffuser for their little indicator light, and we got a lead for the power from the battery, and we've got a little 3-wire coil so that you can wire up the little LED. So that is all what I plan on doing with this little Game Boy. I'm sure it's going to require a little bit of a cleanup first. So tune in, check back for the disassembling the yellow Game Boy video, and comment. Thanks for watching, and check me out at scottb.ca. I do a lot of business support for technology, but as a hobby, I do a lot of fun stuff like this. So bring me your questions, comments, and I look forward to hearing from you all in the future. Have a great day.